there, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the FitNight Show. And I wanted to start off today with just giving you a quick tidbit of what's coming. We have got a couple of comic book nerds for trainers. Frank and Mari and TJ. We were trying to get them all excited about Game of Thrones. And we realized that none of the three of them watch Game of Thrones. So that was absolutely zero help. But I do have a Game of Thrones idea, so stay tuned in the upcoming weeks, especially the next couple, because it's ending. But they're Avengers nerds. So they said, what if we did an Avenger-themed workout? So that is what you're going to see next. Frank and TJ and Mari all did exercises based on some of the characters, and it's kind of a fun little thing. All moves that if you don't have in your routine, they might be good moves for you to put in your routine. It's a little bit of a theme for the past couple weeks, and I really think you're going to enjoy that. So stay tuned. It's fun. It should make you smile, and it's a great workout just by itself. It's just 12 exercises that you could just do as a circuit, and I guarantee you it'll give you a run for your money. If you do 30 seconds on and 12 seconds off and go through for 3 rounds, that's 36 rounds. I think that'll give you a good workout. Next, I had somebody write in a little direct message, which I hope you will do more of. It's super exciting when we know that people are watching and people are answering questions. And they said, you know, I really feel like sometimes I am not getting anywhere. They're working out. This is not someone who comes to the gym here at Results Only. This is just somebody who's watching on Facebook. And this young lady said, you know, I go to the gym, I eat clean most of the time, and I just feel like, you know, I see little changes here and there, but nothing major. So there's a couple parts to this that I think are important to address before we you know, just kind of give up on all of it. Number one, she didn't mention how long this has been going on for. So for example, let's say she's been working hard for 3 weeks. Well, that's not really quite enough time to really, you know, get a good idea of if something's working or not working. She didn't mention how consistently she was eating healthy. So what does that mean? We've talked about this before, and if you've seen any of our outtakes when it comes to our nutrition stuff, then you've noticed that, you know, we are big believers in 80 to 85% of the time clean. So that means you're cooking at home and you're making your own meals and you're paying attention to your portion control. And then the other 10 or 15% you get to have a glass of wine here, a beer there, or some, you know, some pizza or burgers or things that you enjoy. And if you can stick to that for the majority of the year, you're going to find that that's some really good basic nutrition help. So I don't know those two things from the young lady who wrote in, but I thought I would share my story a little bit because I feel like it might help her, it might help you. And what does that story look like? So we're coming up on May. And as you guys know, if you're avid watchers, which I'm hoping you are, in that late January, early February-ish, I had some knee surgery. And, you know, I've been realizing as I've been kind of getting back into things that I really wasn't doing a great job since probably the last quarter of 2018. So my workouts weren't that consistent, and I wasn't, you know, my knee was bugging me, so I wasn't doing as much. And that kind of just steamrolls into, if you're not moving, then even if you are cheating, you know, 10 or 15% of the time, that can become 15 or 20% of the time. And then all of a sudden, the next thing you know, you're not burning off those calories. So, you know, I kind of had a pretty big lull, and then I had a mandatory take off some time for my knee. So I'm kind of getting back into the groove now, and you know, I'm making my workouts a priority, and I'm paying attention more to my portion control and what I'm eating and putting in. But it's only been 8 weeks. That's not enough time for me to be looking at the scale and being annoyed. It's not enough time for me to be looking at my workouts and not saying, hey, why, you know, am I not seeing gains here, or why am I not seeing more, you know, definition there? It's too soon. the word that I have to keep saying to myself is consistency. I just have to consistently work at things. As I showed in an episode a few weeks ago, I'm back working on my golf game. I've been as low as a 4 handicap. I can't expect, after taking a hiatus of a number of years of playing maybe 3 to 5 times a year, and getting back to working on my golf game. It's just like nutrition. I have to work on it a little bit every single day. And I have to work on my workouts a little bit every single day. And if you're consistently doing a little bit every single day, we have people who we surround ourselves with, and one of the mantras that they agree with is being 1% better every single day. So a little bit better than yesterday. So to the young lady who wrote in, if you've only been at it for 2 or 3 weeks, yes, you gotta hang in there. You gotta just keep remaining consistent. You gotta keep going to the gym. You gotta keep taking care of your portions. You gotta keep taking care of your nutrition. And as you do over the course of time, consistency is really the missing ingredient for you in particular. And for those of you who sometimes get frustrated, if you're going to the gym 4, 5, 6 days a week, and you've been doing that regularly, maybe you got to change something up there. Regularly to us is 12, 14, 16 weeks. You got to put in some time before you can just throw the baby away with the bathwater. You can't just do that. You have to know what your goals are, and you have to keep working at them, and you have to keep working at them for that whole time. And when you do, I believe that you will be able to see all of your goals start to come to fruition. So if you need something to shake up your routine, that's what we did the Avengers Workout for. So let's watch the crew and see what they have for you. Some of these moves are going to be exactly what you need to add to your routine. Some of them are going to be very challenging, just as body weight. Some of them are things that you might already be doing, but a little twist on them. Either way, enjoy Avengers Endgame Workout with Frank, Mari, and TJ. All right, everybody, today I'm here with Tamara Padre of Anchor Fitness. It's in Great Falls, Montana, which is awesome because, as you know, Kelly and I go to Montana all the time where her mom is. Tell us a little bit about Anchor Fitness.
So Anchor Fitness is a private training studio. We do private training, one-on-one training, and we do semi-private training, so small groups no bigger than 4.
Very similar to what we do.
Right, and we just try to encourage our clients to invest in themselves and invest in self-care.
Got it.
Yeah, super important.
So the whole idea of this is that I ask questions that viewers have written in about, or things that the general population might want to ask a trainer but may not have access to a trainer. So
Sure.
First thing I wanted to ask you is, we get this all the time, I just want to hear your take on it. Why can't I just do cardio? Why can't I just go run on the beach? Why can't I go walk on the boardwalk?
Cardio is great, but you will continue to lose muscle mass every year, every decade.
Yeah.
Your body's just going to continue to get rid of muscle mass unless you do something about it. So the cardio is great. It's good for your heart. It's great to get a little sweat session on, but you've got to do the strength training as well. Otherwise, you're just going to continue losing muscle mass. And even if you don't want to be super strong or ripped or anything like that, you need that muscle mass if you want to keep the fat percentage down.
See, I mean, like, who could say it any better than that? That was awesome. While I have one of our female trainers here, one of the things I want to take advantage of is, you know, a lot of women ask what is the best diet, you know, for weight loss. That's something that they can go on. So, you know, from that point of view, can maybe you answer that question?
Yeah. First of all, get off the roller coaster ride, okay? The fad diets and everything, you gotta set those aside, because the best diet is the one that you're gonna stick with. And most of the diets out there are not sustainable. So you really just need to eat consistent meals. I recommend doing protein, carb, and fat every time you eat. That will keep your energy levels consistent throughout the day. And just focus on portion control and eating what makes your body feel good. When you exercise, when you're going throughout your life, you should feel good about the food you're putting in. So if you notice you feel bad after you eat, that thing needs to go.
Wow, that's one of the best pieces of advice I've ever heard. I think that's awesome. Again, take it from whatever point of view you want, but someone comes into us, or they just want to know, I've only got 30 minutes, I've only got, 25, 30 minutes. What do you suggest that they do if that's all they've got?
Well, you can get an awesome workout in 30 minutes. I do it all the time, but I like to combine the strength movements with some higher intensity. So I usually will do a workout that's for time intervals, but I'll combine like a strength movement, like a kettlebell swing, which can be high intensity, but also you're getting stronger when you do it. So lifting, using the heaviest weight that I can manage, but doing safe reps at a higher pace and a higher intensity.
So just to add on to that, do you have a certain amount of days that you'd like to recommend?
Oh, a minimum of 3 days a week.
Okay, perfect.
Maximum, I mean, you could work out every day, but you really need to be managing your need for rest and listening to your body when it says it needs rest. You're building when you rest, you're breaking down when you're training. So you have to incorporate those rest days. So I wouldn't say you have to work out every day, but a minimum of 3 days.
I am loving this. This is like a dissertation on everything that I always want to say, but she says it way better than I do. Okay, so our last question is always a curveball.
Okay, all right.
All right. So you have a time machine. You can go any place forward or backward in time. Which one would you do and why? I haven't asked this one before, and so we'll see.
Oh, well, I would go backwards in time.
Okay.
To being a little girl living with my grandparents, because my grandma passed away this last year, and I'm just really missing her and the time that we spent together. But just, she was the person I had the best relationship in my life, so I would definitely go back and spend some more time with her.
I love that answer. Sweetest person ever. Thank you so much for doing this with us.